Niggas getting murdered.
What's good, bro? How are you, man? All right, so I'm gonna start off with a little bit about how I met Nick, and then we'll start getting into a little bit. Just go ahead and just sit back just a little bit from the table.
No, he told me you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
You
You're
can
perfect.
See, all right, cool. And let's see what this angle is. Perfect. What's up, everybody? Make sure that you share the live video. All right, so I want to get a little bit into how I met Nick. I was at the supplement shop. I was going to Crunch at the time, and I would go over to what was it? Was the name of it? NutriShop. NutriShop. Yeah, he was working at NutriShop. Shout out Joe from NutriShop. He's a cool dude. That's how I met Nick, and I was going there, and he's in shape, and we would talk about supplements and different stuff like that, and I'd see him working out in the gym, and then we became friends on Instagram, and I started to look more into what he's doing. I always knew that he was really into the gym and in great shape, and worked out at the supplement places, and I got to be friends with him on IG, and started to look more into what's going on in his life, so I started seeing really interesting. So I was like, you know what? Got this fitness podcast. If there's anybody that I'd want to have on it, somebody who's local right here and is doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to have you on, bro. Let's just start it off with go ahead and talk about like where you were born and what how you got into the whole bodybuilding scene.
Well, I was born up north in T-Mac. I only lived there for 2 years before my sister was born. Then we moved down to Toms River, and I've been there pretty much ever since. So I went to all the Toms River schools, and did a lot of sports and stuff like that. So I was actually a big track athlete in high school.
Nice.
So I did pole vaulting. That was my main thing.
Really?
Yeah. So I was gonna go away to college for that was my plan or whatever. But you couldn't lift until you turned 16. That was one of the track rules. So I was just practicing regularly. Then I turned 16 and started lifting, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I like this.
Yeah.
And then I started going to the gym with some of the older guys after school, and then my parents were always into fitness. My dad was a power lifter, my mom did aerobics and stuff. So I've always been around it, but then once I started actually working out, I was like, I like this feeling, and I started noticing results and stuff like that. So I was going to this gym, Pure Focus, which I still go to now. It's in Brick, actually.
Nice.
When I was
that's a 24-hour gym, isn't it? Yeah. It's funny because I've heard of it and I wanted to go to it, but
you haven't been?
No, I haven't been there yet. I'm gonna go check it out. What's the membership there?
They make $30 a month, but it's 24 hours, so you can go whenever you want. That's why I like it, because my hours all over.
And even still with this COVID shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what I'm telling you is that I go to Retro with him, but for myself right down the street I go to the Planet, and they close at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, a lot of
places. And I'm just hold on, you guys were 24 hours. What happened here? But this COVID thing. So let's not get on the COVID thing yet. Let's go back to go ahead more about.
So I started going there because I was just going to different gyms, and I was walking around, and one of the trainers was like, "Have you ever competed or anything?" And I was like, "No, I just work out for fun, or whatever." And he was like, "We have a show in 2 weeks. You should do it." So I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?"
Nice.
So he helped me out, and then show me what to eat, write stuff down. So I did it just to do it. I wasn't super serious, and I actually really liked it. I did good. I won a couple classes.
Nice.
And I think I was 17 for my first one.
Nice.
And then I just did a couple more after that, and that was it.
Nice.
Just hooked ever since.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Fell in love.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not gonna lie. I've put on. All right, so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my how I got into working out. I was in jail. I got locked up. I did some dumb stuff when I was younger, hanging out with the wrong kids, drugs and stuff like that. And I was in jail and I was weak, and it's kind of when you're in jail, it's you gotta fend for yourself a little bit because everybody's a tough ass in there. You know what I'm saying? So I started working out, and I couldn't even do a pull-up. When I was in jail, I couldn't even do one pull-up. I left doing 40 in a clip.
No way.
40 in a clip. That's what I'm saying. And wide too off the tier. When you're in there doing them every day, your number starts going up. I left there doing 40 in a clip. So that was my introduction to working out. I had to work out to have a masculine sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So I got out of jail, and then I could finally touch weights and got into the gym, and then that's what just shot it off for me. I was like, I just love this. It's just like you said, it's just the feeling. I couldn't really work out proper in jail. I could only do the jail workouts, push-ups, all the rest of that stuff. So when I actually first stepped into a gym for the first time in my life, I already had a little bit of a calisthenic body going on, and I just immediately got hooked to the pump, and I was a real big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger when I was younger too. So I always had a thing for muscle anatomy and bodybuilding and all the rest of that shit. It just always appealed to me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how I got into it. What about you guys?
Well, me, like, I've always had on and off experience with working out. You know, I've always been into getting big, but I had got sick and I got real small. You know what I mean? I had got Crohn's disease and stuff. And then once I was able to absorb food again, because I did it naturally, I stopped listening to the doctors. They were killing me. Once I was able to absorb food again, I wanted to start.
Yeah, you said you had to go to like a homeopathic doctor.
Yeah, he saved my life. So once I was able to absorb food again, which was a long journey because now I'm able to absorb food way better than I was a year ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once I started working out, I was like, yeah, it's time for me to get big. And I felt completely in love with it. Like, I don't even like missing a day now, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that was
I gotta say, from what size you said you went to how much muscle?
115.
How much did you say that you were?
115.
Okay, and how much are you
like
now?
almost 150 or 150.
All right, so that's you gotta think. Since you decided to start working out, your body is absorbing the nutrient from Crohn's disease. This is amazing.
It's hard to absorb food that way.
You know what I mean? And now you just put on 35 pounds. That's a huge success story.
Definitely.
So, and I remember you telling me about all this shit. So I wanted to.
So ever since then, I just don't want to stop. I just want to get as big as possible. And my biggest motivation is my son. You know what I mean? So just in case, you know, his mother wants to get with anybody, I gotta rip their heads off with my bare hands. You know, that's like a huge motivation for me. You know.
Your motivation is to be a protector. He wants to get big to be a protector.
That's all I want. Yeah. And to step on stage with the other guys too, but I need to be 200 plus pounds to do that.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that when I went into jail, I was 138 pounds. Now I'm like 205. So you gotta imagine, and that's muscle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not very fast. So
not at all.
Even me, I had like a pretty crazy game. Like I was always tall and really freaking lanky.
Yeah, I've seen videos of this guy.
It's crazy from what I went to what I am now, right?
Yeah.
I know. I actually did like a thing on Facebook. I did like then and now, and you know, it's
It is insane.
So, you know, and that's, anybody can do it. And you're doing it right now with the problems that you've had. You know, I had my problems when I was younger. And so what about you, man?
I mean, for me, it's just like martial arts inspired.
You were into martial arts before you were
working out. Yeah, before I was afraid of lifting because I just didn't know how to do it. And it was intimidating at first. So it was like track and football and all this other stuff. Like I was really good at calisthenic workouts and bear crawls and stuff.
Okay.
And then finally, when I was able to face the gym, and I had like one of my best friends who had passed away, Patrick was teaching me how to lift, and this guy was like a really big guy, like 6'5", and he was like 245 or something like that. Yeah, he was teaching
natural monster.
Teaching me how to lift, and I had the confidence to finally learn how to do it. So I was able to learn the basics of that. And then apply it to like the martial arts inspired type of stuff that they do with us, like drilling, but using weights and like pushing it and then like working different body mechanics and then pull-ups all in between, like really getting the workout. Like I'll come out that like sweat and drenched out, you know.
So it was like the explosion.
Yeah, I love sweat. That's nothing. You ever notice like when you're working out hard and you break into that sweat, the endorphins that's like where it's at. I always tell people, I'm like, if you didn't break that sweat on your head and you know,
Arnold says that too.
Yeah, no, you break. Well, that's where that high that everybody's talking about from working out's at. It's in breaking that sweat. That's just like comes over like your shoulders. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we could even have it on the board too. There's like one of the last ones, like the euphoric.
Yeah. Walking out of the gym, you're just like,
well, that's what I gotta tell you. Is they say it's 90 days to make or break any kind of habit. You could be smoking cigarettes, you could be doing whatever you're doing. In 90 days, if you take your ass, they say, if you take your ass to the gym every day for 90 days, the high that the gym gives you is now an addiction for you. So and that's it for me too. It's like you said, you don't want to miss a day. I really don't either. I really don't, to the point where sometimes I'll almost exhaust myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm starting to notice now. And as I get into a little bit of a higher weight class, you know, because I gain a little bit more each month. You know what I'm saying? New muscles pop up or whatever. You notice more. I feel like that the slow. Working out slower and resting more are really like the two newer things for me. That like going slow, making sure I have good form. You know, really doing the the mind to mental as far as am I working the joint or the muscle out? You know what I mean? And that's an important thing, I think, with exercise.
Best way to build muscles, time under
in
tension.
your form. Yeah, time under tension, your form, and then, like I said, getting good sleep. And like I love, we're going to get into the great, I want to ask you if you.
Ooh, that's actually my eating alarm.
Oh, you got your food? You got your...
No, I'll get it after. I can push it always.
See, he's got an alarm set.
Crazy.
Yeah, there you go. See, see this shit, my man's got an alarm set.
Wild.
Hey, everybody that's in here, I
every 3
appreciate
hours.
y'all popping in. Do me a favor, share my live video. Thank you all. Alright, so back to it. Yeah, we just touched on some great stuff. I wanted to say real quick, I was going to say something about Chris Wilson. I don't even know what the hell that was. He's like that's what I was going to say, is that for me, like, I've been paying a lot of attention to him because he's like something that I feel like that I can achieve. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to look more into what his physique does, what his physique is. I'm really tall, you know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like knowing that I'm not able to eat the way that I'd like to get extremely huge, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I could set my sights on the type of physique that he has that can still win awards. You know what I mean? Like, and find my niche in that. It's kind of like with the producing thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was younger and into music, I had the little point where I was rapping at first, but I got really good at producing, and I fell off of that and let my other friends do that because I realized where my lane was. And like, that's kind of something I feel like I have to do with the bodybuilding world too, because I just can't eat like that. And if you have a timer, it's like, nah, I'm eating this no matter what. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do I think I could commit to that? Yeah, I think that there's a possibility for it. But, I'd have to say that, where I am is where I am because I don't commit to that like I should. And that's really what building muscle is having the right nutrition, the right rest, and the proper form. You know what I'm saying? So here, I want to hear from you though. Like, give me an idea. I want to hear from, like, let's say if you were to be in a competition. I'm talking with Johnny here. If you were to be in a competition, or you knew that are you going to do a competition this year?
Maybe not this year. I mean, in the future, hopefully.
Okay. How old are you?
I just turned 29.
Damn.
Yeah. See, so that's like, and you're already in this amazing shape. Think about the career you can have, man.
Yeah.
It could be.
It's like a while.
Yeah.
They say bodybuilding's a marathon, not a sprint. So like, even like a lot of the good guys now.
Even life.
That too, yeah.
Life is.
That's what I mean. It takes a long time for
It's
good quality.
It takes a long time and yes, it does. I gotta tell you, and it's so funny because I used to talk to guys when I first started working out. I was like, "Why ain't it like getting bigger yet?" And they'd be like, "They gotta mature, bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have some
muscle.
Yeah, you gotta spend some time treating.
I learned that
them
later.
and working them out the right way.
Because I was that, like, it was like that, like, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Why is
now I'm
that
starting to
going
see,
like that?
so.
Well, that's it.
You learn things as you go.
Creatine helped me too.
There's a lot of things that
creatine,
nutrition,
supplements,
creatine is
and nutrition.
Creatine is scientifically 18.6% more strength. Scientific.
I'm serious.
That's a good bet.
It's found in red meat. That's where creatine comes from.
Yeah.
So like you eat a lot of red meat and steak and whatever, but it's not good to eat all that. So that's why they make the supplement.
Right.
So yeah, it helps with like power, strength, building muscle.
Power for sure, bro. I notice like when I go on creatine and off creatine, there's like a 10 to 15 pound difference, 20 pound difference in my bench. Like literally. I'm on creatine for like 2 weeks, my bench starts like climbing up a little bit more, you know what I mean? I can play around in the 300 range, and then I stop taking creatine and I'm sitting nice at 245, you know what I mean? So it's like, I can tell.
Damn, it's that much of a difference?
Yeah. What? If you're taking the 10 grams of it a day, 5 grams of it a day, they say is definitely what you should be taking, but if you're a little bit bigger, maybe you should take a little bit more, right?
Yeah, you may do it before and after you work out, depending.
See, I just throw it right in here. I throw it right in my bad boy, and because I'm sipping this stuff, I take down a third of it and I fill it back up, you know what I'm saying? But I put the creatine in here, and then I'm still, and then I'm still drinking it a little bit after the gym too. Yeah, you don't think so?
I mean, it's mainly creatine breaks down into what's called ATP, and that's what gives your muscle power and strength when you lift. So I feel like it's more beneficial before workout. That way you can use it during your workout to just get a better workout, which will build more muscle that way. but then you also can do a post workout for like repair and recovery and whatever. But like as long as you get it in, you don't have to. That's all that matters. So
I understand exactly. What
doing like 6 ounces down it real quick, you're good to go.
Well, that's why I say before I go in, because and you know it even says that on the bottle of the amino acids, which we'll get into in a little bit. But it says drink a third of it down right away. You know, so I'll take my pre-workout. Yeah, I'll drink some of it down, take my pre-workout, fill it back up with water, drink some more of it down, and then it's crazy how doing the timing of the supplements does depend on how they work in your body.
Though. Yeah, it does. I eat right before I go to the gym.
Just wait an hour.
Wait an hour?
Yeah, like an hour. I mean, everyone's different. It depends what you eat too, but usually an hour and a half it takes to digest food.
Yeah.
Because you don't want anything in your stomach while you're working out.
Yeah,
that's where the blood goes to. So if the blood's in your stomach, you get less pump.
No doubt.
So you want to wait a little bit so that way you can have more blood.
I got something else I didn't know.
Things I learned along the way, little tricks. That's what I mean. I tried these things and I know that they didn't work.
Another thing is I notice when I wait until the end of the day and if I've taken a lot of carbs, my pumps
Yeah,
when you make it in the morning, after
just being well, if I go around 5-6 o'clock and I have some good meals throughout the day and I'm nice and you know you have the full feeling or you have the flat feeling. If you're nice and full and then you hit that gym. And that pump right there is the one that makes you feel like you're going to be somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So there's timings and stuff for different stuff. You know, you start to learn that the more that you listen to these guys, you know, these different guys that are doing it.
And everyone's body's different, so you learn how your body responds to certain things.
Yeah.
Right. How you feel and stuff like that.
That's very true. And that's another reason why you ever notice when you work out with me, I'll ask people after workouts, how did that feel?
Yeah.
Because sometimes certain machines and certain workouts don't feel good. And if they don't feel good, we have to find out why. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's all different reasons, you know, what they are. But anybody who trains knows that there's definitely ways to hurt yourself in bad form.
Always.
And some exercises that I'm not even gonna lie. There's a couple of machines that are suspect to me of whether to do anything. I'm not even kidding, you know.
I've seen some. You see our video of the guy benching?
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, it's pec busted or something, right?
That's
What?
Believe
was this on TikTok?
No, it was on
Instagram.
So yeah, it was. I mean, shit is scary like
that.
Yeah, because you know, it could just happen out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then that changes everything.
Yeah. Well, see, all right, and that can bring us straight to Callum Von Moger. If anybody knows who he is, you know who he is.
He had a couple injuries.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is that he had that. I think one of them was a bicep because he did like a tandem bicep curl with another guy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You know, just.
That's so quick. That's how quick it can happen.
And then he was hiking and blew his knee out or something like that. So, and you're, you know, a bodybuilder. Yeah. You can imagine.
Like the other night, I had a bruise.
You know what I
bicep.
commend him
Like,
for though is that a lot of people would have just went ghost. A lot of people would have just went ghost off the internet and felt ashamed about it. But he if you guys know, shout out Callum Von Moger, one of my favorite bodybuilders. If you go look at his page, his IG, he's got all the stuff about his injuries, when he shrunk down, the depression.
I bet.
And that's you know what, like a lot of this stuff is amazing content is that like you take a look at him now, he's looking great. So his story is
the heart of a warrior.
He's got one, and you notice and like he's been through a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of humility and stuff. So definitely Callum Von Moger, great bodybuilder. So what I wanted to say before is like, give me an idea of like what would you do to prepare for a competition? What would you do? What are some things to do like off season and then right before the competition to, you know what I'm saying? Like I know definitely the calorie intake's different, like all that stuff. Like give us an idea. Let's say I
influence. Yeah, it really helps me. So
let's say I got myself to a point where I was like, yo, my body's looking good. Like I think I'm gonna try to do a competition this year. What would be some advice that you would give me?
I mean, normally you would pick out your show date, you know, whenever it would be.
Plan for it.
Right. So whenever your show date is, and most people, depending on like where you're at, take like 12 to 16 weeks to get ready. Because the whole point is you actually grow into the show. Some people. Well, depending on now, there's a lot of classes, so depending on the class that you would do. I've always found bodybuilding to just interest me because those guys were just huge freaks, and
Yeah.
I was never big growing up, so I was like, I want to be as big as humanly possible.
That's one of the things that pushes a lot of people.
Yeah. But now there's so many other classes that you do different things to get ready for those and different protocols and stuff like that. So, but like for me, it normally would take like 12 to 16 weeks because you usually want to bulk up in the off season a good like 20, 30 pounds over the weight class that you want to cut down to. So there's different weight classes too. I think it's like lightweight, middleweight, sometimes welterweight, light, heavy, stuff like that. So you, so whatever the range is, you usually want to cut down so you're at the top of the class. So you're like the biggest basically. And that usually takes, like I said, 12 to 16 weeks, 3 months or whatever. And then throughout that time,
what's the classic division? What size?
That's there's classic and then there's classic and then classic physique.
Okay.
So classic is the guys that wear like the board shorts and you like look good in the bathing suit and you're shredded and aesthetics. Classic physique is like the guys back in the 70s and like 80s, like Arnold.
That's what I would want to do. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Excuse me.
That's what Chris Bumstead does.
That's what he does. Yeah, classic.
Yeah. See, he's like one of my favorite bodybuilders.
And that's the more popular one nowadays.
Is it really
achievable? It's you don't have to kill yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to kill yourself, obviously, but like you don't have to go try to reach that crazy size in the 300s and shred it at 280 and stuff like that.
What are you at?
I'm technically, I believe I'm at 205. I went to the doctor the other day.
Nice.
So
This is what 205 looks like.
That's the goal for me.
Bro, I'm 205. Pull out the scale right now. I'm 205.
How tall are you?
Oh, really?
5'7".
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's just crazy. I mean, him at the same weight, but his is all just in the
it's all like everybody's got like an illusion and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
he said it's an illusion.
It's all
bro, you got great gains.
I mean, yeah, there is,
you got
but like
great gains.
you see some of these guys in like pictures and the internet, and you're like, damn, he's huge. But like in real life, he's probably this tall.
Yeah,
because that's how it looks. But if he was taller, he wouldn't look that huge. He would look like more proportionate.
Right.
Yeah,
The camera does pack on 30 more pounds.
Yeah,
for the
different
guys
angles
who
and
are
lightings and
lean.
you're right about that. No, I do understand that.
Yeah.
110%, I do exactly understand. So, and that's why I want to take it to. That's why I also felt that I would fall into the classic physique world. The same size, same height as all. Same height, 6'3".
So yeah, so it goes by height and weight and stuff like that.
So if I went more into that range, and you look at Chris, he's tall like that too. But you're right. You look at a lot of these other, bodybuilders, and a lot of them are like Phil Heath, even himself. I think he's 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, that's what intrigued me the most because I was never tall. I was always
Phil
short.
Heath, before I got into the class, because when I first got into it, I was like all the huge guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, Phil Heath is like my
he's still one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, no, he's still one of the gift, man. He's still one of my favorites too. But he's, you know how some people's era is Ronnie, and some people's era is
that's what you got.
Phil is where when I started getting into lifting stuff. Phil was at the end of killing shit.
Yeah, I was like the Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler.
See what I'm saying? And that must have
I saw those guys.
Yeah, and that must have just been amazing. That must have just been amazing though to be into it at that time because I got into more of who all those guys are a little bit later, and it's just like you look back at some of those people. Like that's why I'm starstruck over Rich Disparity because you understand what I'm trying to say. Like I looked into all those things now, and now I know who he is, and I've seen his physique and what he's accomplished and stuff like that. And then I'm in the gym, and there he is, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Right in the home gym in Tom's River.
You get goosebumps?
Yeah, I did get goosebumps when I first actually talked about it. I froze up when I saw him too. I was like, "You're Rich Gaspari."
Right?
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, dude, what's up?"
A lot of these guys just working out. They love working out. That's they don't even think about it.
He was there with a girl training. She looked like she was in really good shape and looking to do something with her physique too. So that's why he was there. He was there to push the knowledge and keep it going, which is awesome.
Cool.
Can we ask how much do you weigh?
And 205.
How much do you weigh without food on your stomach?
205. Yeah, because I literally had to go to the doctor maybe not too long ago to get blood work done because I go just like keep track of everything just to be healthy. and you got to do like a whole fast for like 12 hours. And yeah, I was depressed, trust me. So 205, and I was like, damn. Because I'm trying to, like I said, I want to be those guys. I'm like the 250s, 60s,
Where my goal is like the 240 range in the right places. You know what I'm saying? If I can get up another, I think 35 pounds on my frame and bigger, get my legs bigger and shred out my midsection like yours. Yeah, who knows what I could do.
And you long, so you got a lot more to work.
You stay committed to it and you do the right things. I think anybody can do anything.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
All right, so let's get into some of the supplements that you got, and we'll talk about my supplement too, and then we'll finish it up with some of the bodybuilding greats and shit. And I think that this is fucking dope. This house is fire. Here, you wanna light that up? Take a look at that.
No,
Yeah, I've been drinking these aminos, these leg day aminos. I'll pop this up here, fell too. There's only 3 in here right now, but what's popping? I know mad people pop there right now. I've been drinking it. It's so funny too because right after I got it, I was looking on your stuff and I saw that you were promoting it. So that must mean that you got it at your shop. So.
Yeah, it just came in.
And you've been using it? Or are you currently using it?
I use it personally. Yeah.
You're currently using it right now?
I mix it in my pre-workout.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I take the pre-workout and then like I said,
which I also
because it says to
give you some.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It's like I use it as like an intra-workout. So it's got some.
You can do either or, yeah. You could do it either before, during, or after, or all three, because it's got a lot of good stuff.
It tastes like iced tea.
That's the one you got. I got blueberry lemonade.
Oh, I didn't even know that they made different ones. I think at the shop I got the other one. So then I'm gonna go get another one. I'm gonna have to try that one next.
Yeah.
But yeah, so since I've been taking it, I've noticed the difference. I noticed the difference in my physique. I noticed the difference in the way I feel. First week that I started taking it, I definitely even noticed a difference in the way that I was, like, I guess you could say, digesting food. I felt like it was going to the right places, and I think that's mostly what this supplement is for. Is it's obviously in the middle of while you work out, so it's fueling your body with those amino acids. I think there's some carbs in it too. If you look at all the aminos that are on here, all the things that are inside of your dual carbohydrate energy blend.
Let's say they sponsor.
It's only got 5 grams of sugar per serving. So you gotta take enough sugar with it. Which when you're working out, you want a little bit of sugar anyway. Just like your insulin so that you can. Yeah. So leg day. He uses it. I've been using it. If you want to get your aminos in, people tap in with this because we're both using that. What you got over here?
Actually, some samples from the store.
Drew, I do want to know, how would you talk like a commercial for this if they were sponsoring you? Like,
I don't know. I don't have any workout sponsors yet, but he does.
Have you had to do that yet? Like promos talk and be like, yeah, so.
Yes,
I have to do it.
I just had a Reese's peanut butter puff pre-workout. Oh, this is good too. This is what my vape is. I know what my vape
Orange cream
is.
school. There's crazy flavors of the proteins now.
Orange cream school is, it's another thing is I used to smoke cigarettes, and when I first started working out, I was smoking cigarettes. When I stopped smoking cigarettes, I got my wind, I also gained like another 10 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. Like it happened it happened immediately. As soon as I stopped smoking cigarettes, I gained like 10 pounds. And a little bit of it was fat, but now that's gone, and I definitely weigh a little bit more. So smoking does gains for sure. And since I've been fucking around with this vape, I definitely feel way better. So that's one thing that I could definitely say for people is if you smoke cigarettes, that shit is fucking your bloodstream up, and you're not getting yourself healthier. I'm just saying that, like, what I realized for myself, and the reason why I say it is because I want people to know the difference. That I was a smoker, I was going to the gym, and immediately, since I've been not smoking cigarettes for 3 months now, I noticed the difference in the way my body's responding to the supplements and shit. And, it's just a completely different ball game. And if you're smoking cigarettes and working out, stop because you're spinning your wheels. Yeah, for real. But you know what I mean? I come from music and being wild and all that crazy shit. I was a little punk when I was younger. I'm not mad at myself for smoking cigarettes. I'm happy for stopping smoking. You know what I'm saying? So, I got that going for myself.
That's why I smoke weed.
Yeah. Well, no, weed doesn't have. I'm telling you right now, if weed was the reason why people, then I wouldn't have got as much win back as I've gotten now. You understand what I'm trying to say? I stopped smoking this, I stopped smoking the cigarettes, and now I can run a mile. You know what I'm saying?
And still smoke.
Well, weed,
Yeah.
But that's
I
what
heard it
I'm
expands your
That's what I'm
lungs.
trying to tell you is that it's definitely not the weed.
Yeah, well, yeah,
If anything, the weed might keep me in the
So you're saying
cycle.
cigarettes are bad?
No way, really?
They should make commercials about that.
Yeah, they should.
I don't know why they took them away.
Cigarettes
With
not
like bright orange background, like something along those lines.
You burn fat
Listen,
with cigarettes.
I'm just trying to tell you right now, from my personal perspective, it sucks, but first,
Much the longer you go, the better you'll feel.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've only gone 3 months, and I can already know.
I still indulge.
It's crazy what your body can do. It's
Occasionally
Yeah.
on the regular.
Occasionally, like right now, but I'm smoking some Black and Mild, so it's probably not that good because there's like, 9 cigarettes in one Black and Mild?
That's what they sell.
So it's probably fucking up my gains.
See, yeah, it is, because as soon as you breathe that fucking toxic ass smoke in, it shuts down your veins, your vasculature.
And your pineal gland.
You shut that. See that comment right here? That's why we have a podcast. But yeah, no, thank you for bringing up. I'm going to.
You want to shout them out?
Yeah, go ahead. Shout out your shop. Shout out your
Shout
IG
out Underground
right now.
Nutrition. So I work at manage Robbinsville, but
Nice.
shout out Hollow Labs, company that sponsors me. They make a lot of the products I use, pre-workout.
There you go. Hollow Labs. Check it out.
Creatine.
If they go on your IG, can they get the promo codes to get this stuff?
Yeah, you can use my code Nick10 for anything on their website.
Boom.
And you can order anything through the store.
All right, and the IG is at.
Underground Nutrition is the store, and then at Hollow Labs NJ is Hollow Labs.
Okay, do you want to drop your
And then I'm
Instagram too?
Nikki
Yeah.
P. Yeah, Nikki P3792.
3792 at Nikki P 3792.
92.
Follow his
Check that
journey. Check this man out. He's got I see him share his stuff on there. The promo codes for him. I actually have already taken a supplement already that he's taking right now too. So yeah, anybody that's in we're trying to do as much stuff with. That's why we've had the MMA, different things, fitness, all that stuff. I'm into all this stuff, and I think it's awesome. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate being here.
Giving us some insight to it and us talking about a bunch of different things. Is there anything else that you want to shout out?
No, really.
All right, this is the question that I ask everybody before we end the podcast. If there's anyone you think that I should have on this show, who could it be? It could be somebody me and you both know, or just somebody you know that we can get on here. That would be awesome. It could be fitness, it could be anything, anybody with a dream. If there's anybody that you think should come on the podcast, you probably got a friend or somebody that would be great.
I actually just met. Did you see that new alcohol Jersey Jungle?
No.
It's like a pre-made. I just met the owner. He's from Tom's River. Okay. He's a cool dude. It's a pre-made jungle juice basically.
Nice.
It's called Jersey Jungle, but it's like good, like gluten free and
Really?
he's a local guy and I
Okay.
only started a couple months ago, but now he's in like all kinds of stores and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get him to come on?
Probably yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So that's one of the people that we'll have on. We're trying to get people who are local. We're trying to get people who have a dream. We're trying to get people who run businesses. Anything, bro. Anybody who's like influential, like I said, can just come on and chill.
Right.
Have different episodes and
Always
I'm
learn new
looking-
things.
Exactly. I'm looking to build a lot of content with local people and give everybody a chance with this to be put on just
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Promote those who promote you.
Exactly, and have people out and just
More
just
about it.
trying to have a good time. All right, cool, man. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
bro.
Dave.
I appreciate
This
you,
is
man.
Appreciate you, man. Good meeting you guys. Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's get this again sometime.
Podcast. Appreciate you, everybody. We the boys. Make sure
We
that
the boys.
you donate on my Cash App. $ Dini Lamar DINILAMAR. It's gonna go to upgrading the equipment, getting more people on. Appreciate everybody for tuning in.
You can send a
Thank you
tip for me
everybody on
too.
Facebook. Y'all have an amazing night.